Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you the exact system that you can install into your coaching or agency business that's going to allow you to go from 10K a month or wherever you're at right now to 100K a month plus. Now, this video is basically going to walk through every single mechanism that you need to basically get to, like I said, 100K a month, 200K a month, 50K a month, wherever it is that you want to get to. You install this system, you will get to where it is that you want to get to. Now, there's a couple things that if you're running an agency or a coaching business that you need to understand. And these are three things that are going to get you from where you are to where you want to get to. And those three things are one, an offer. You need an offer which is resonating with the market and it's something that they genuinely want and desire. The second thing is you need attention. You need attention and you need leads, which can then be converted into clients. And then that's where client acquisition comes into play. Now, the main things at this process, there's kind of three main concepts you need to understand. The first one is do it yourself, done with you, and done for you. Do it yourself really just comes down to the insights that you're going to get from that you can install into your business. The second thing is the systems that you can install, which is done with you. And the third thing is done for you. And that's where you have talent doing the exact process is completely done for you. Now, if that doesn't make, too much sense, or you kind of like, what exactly does that mean, Jake? Let me explain. So if we come over here to mechanism one, okay, which is directly the kind of offer that you need to have to work in the market that we're currently in. Well, the first thing you need to do is offer formation. You need to have some kind of offer, some kind of niche, some kind of market, some kind of result that you're going to be getting for a market, okay? Now, with offer formation, it's really important that with the offer that you're running, it's something that people genuinely desire. If you have a web design agency or you're a fitness coach, you got to understand that there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of other businesses just like yourself who are doing the exact same thing as you. So if your offer doesn't stand out and you don't understand how to analyze the market and create a gap which is desirable and different to what everybody else is doing, then you're going to fail. And that's probably why what you're finding right now is that, yes, you can make, 10K a month, 20K a month because you can sign a couple clients from, referrals, word of mouth, or from whatever you're currently doing. You can notice that, yeah, I can sign those clients, but to get to 100K a month, it is going to require an offer which is unique, desirable, and actually superior to what's out there. So the third thing is we want to make sure we're actually in a profitable segment of the market. I see a lot of people going after people that are, to be completely honest, broke, right? They're broke, they're people that don't have money, they're not the exact ideal client, they can't actually help them, or, it's part of the market which, like I said, they're just not a profitable part of the market. So long term, the offer is not going to work out. If you're a fitness coach and you're selling to people that can't afford your 2K a month program, then you're not in the right part of the market that your offer is going to work. So that really just comes down to as well with pricing. It's really important that your pricing is high ticket. A lot of people, they really try and sell their service at 1, 2K. God, I've seen people sell their service at $500 a month. If you're selling for that amount, you're never going to be put into a position where you can charge very high ticket prices, actually have an offer which is what is going to get people direct results, because you cannot get results for somebody if they're only paying $500 a month. You can't pay your team, you can't pay for systems and processes on the back end that's going to lead to getting people results. So pricing is very important and you need to be charging 4, 5, 10K for your program, for your service up front, because that's really what's going to allow you to achieve scale, right? Like, when I work with clients, we want to make sure that we're pricing their service at 5K plus, so that each sale they get, they might only work with, 5 clients, but that's still 25K in revenue, right? So that's super important. The less amount of clients you work with, the better, because you can charge more. Now, the last thing is guarantee. Okay, now with the actual guarantee itself, what you're going to understand is that you need to have some kind of risk reversal with your offer that's going to remove the risk off your clients. Because if you don't have some kind of guarantee within your offer, people aren't going to trust you, because we're in an extremely saturated market. So you need to have a guarantee, which is, it can even just be, or we work for free if we don't get you the result you're looking for, right? Just something which is going to basically build that trust within people. Now, in regards to the done for you process, how can you have somebody do this? Within our organization, within our company, within our clients' companies, we help them hire somebody called an internal growth consultant. What this is it's kind of like a client success manager. It's somebody who's going to be implementing these systems and helping clients build out their offer, helping them do the kind of, like I said, build out the offer, the pricing, the guarantee, help build out all those kind of things. So if you want to do it done for you, you would get somebody like an internal growth consultant, or you would help place people into clients' businesses like an internal growth consultant, okay? Now, the systems you're going to use are market designs and insight worksheets. So you want to make sure you understand the market, what is it they're looking for, what is it that they want, all those kind of things are the biggest things you're going to be looking out for when analyzing the market that you're in, whether it's fitness coaching, you sell web design, you sell Facebook ads, if you're an agency or a coach, coach, you want to analyze your market and figure out what are their desires and what are their insights. Now, the next thing, market segmentation factors, that's how you're going to find out what's the most profitable segment of the market. And then obviously any insights, talent systems that you can find that's going to help you throughout this process. So that's the main thing for the offer. And that part here, getting you from 10K to 100K a month, one of those main things is the offer. So if you don't have this cracked down, well, then it's going to be very difficult for you to reach 100K months, right? So the second thing, right? So mechanism 2 is what I call profile optimization plus ads, okay? Because when we're scaling, we want to make sure we're utilizing paid ads along with an optimized profile that's optimized for generating qualified leads. Now, the channel selection that we're going to be picking is paid ads. Okay, we want to make sure that we're utilizing Instagram and Facebook ads that direct to the profile, to a VSL funnel, to a sales funnel that's going to convert leads at a high percentage. Now, we want to utilize trends in the market and base our ads off those specific trends. You would have seen that, 20 years ago, an ad that's working, or sorry, not 20 years ago, 5 years ago, an ad that was working 5 years ago doesn't work today because the trends from back then to now are just completely different and the market just doesn't resonate with that. Now, coming into that, the next thing is editing style. So we want to make sure we have some kind of editing style, which is what the market is kind of used to. They want to see these kind of things within their kind of within the ads, right? Certain type of editing style that resonates with the market. Some kind of hooks. A hook is basically the first 5 to 10 seconds of the ad that grabs the attention of the viewer. We want to make sure that we have a hook which is actually going to grab the attention and resonates with the market. And then filming, which is filming the ad, and then what does the distribution workflow look like? Where are we putting the ad? Are we putting it on the page? Are we putting it on, directly onto Meta? These are things that we need to think about when it comes to profile optimization and ads, because it is an incredibly important part for generating attention and leads, which is the second part of getting you to 100K a month. Now, the next thing is the offer and the ad angle. You need to figure out what is the exact ad angle that's going to convert and get you qualified leads, right? You want to make sure that you have an ad angle that is going to resonate with the market specifically, and then what does the creative look like? Video, image ads, all those kind of things do work, but you need to pick which one is going to work the best, and then targeting. So what does the market actually resonate with? What are the things that we can target that are going to get us more qualified people? Now, there are a lot of people that we can actually hire to actually help out with this process. Editors, creative directors, social media managers, media buyers, they will all help out with this process and do it done for you. And you can, like I said, implement them into people's businesses as well. Now, the systems are going to come down to the editing system, the processes, the content management system, inventory tracker, lead management creation, CRM, lead notifications. These are all the systems that you're going to need when generating attention and leads. Okay, we want to make sure we have these nurturing systems like email list, Facebook group sequences, all those kind of things work for nurturing these leads that we're going to be generating. So that's the most important thing for mechanism 2, so for attention and leads. Now, mechanism 3 is client acquisition. Okay, what we're going to be using is something called the meta funnel, and that is basically when somebody clicks on an ad, they're going to get redirected to a sales funnel with a headline, VSL on it. That is going to act as the conversion and get them from somebody who's just seeing you as a lead to directly book into your calendar. Now, the next thing we need is some kind of appointment setting workflow, whether that's like an inbound setter or an outbound setter. We need somebody who's going to be directly calling the lead as soon as they're booking a call. That is extremely important, to have somebody who's calling the lead within 5 minutes of them booking in the call. And then what we can do is we can have an outbound, inbound team creation and ramp them up to get them to a point where we have 3-5 setters, calling up every single booking that comes in, because we're going to be getting large quantity of leads coming in every day, whether that's, 20, 50, 100 leads per day. We need to have a team which is designated to each lead and can contact each lead while maintaining speed to lead and getting to the lead within 5 minutes. Now, we want to make sure we have some kind of outbound dialing or messaging system to these inbounds. Like, what does that look like? What does the conversation workflow look like? What exactly are the things that we are saying? And then we need some kind of sales process design. What does the actual sales call look like once they opt in? What happens on the call? What are the specific things that we're going through within the sales process? What does the sales script look like? The sales script structure, and obviously closing. How does that work? How does that come into how are we going to go about the entire sales process? What are we saying? These are all things that are extremely important for client acquisition. Now, there are 2 kind of people that we can implement for this. Obviously the setter and obviously a closer. At the start, you'll probably be the one that is doing this yourself, and then later on, you'll then hire the setter or the closer, okay? Now, there are systems that we can use here. We can use lead generation systems, which is obviously just the paid ads, DM automation. So if you want to have it where, somebody can directly message you, there'll be an automation which directly messages them back, appointment setting scripts, sales scripts, referral generation. These are all extremely important for client acquisition. So if you think this is useful and you want me to kind of come to your business, like help you install these exact same systems, right? So I can kind of see what it is you have going on within your business, and I can basically see, what's going to work, which mechanism we can implement for you, done for you, done with you. I can kind of help with that. So I'll put the link to booking a call with me just below. So go ahead, you can book and find a time. We'll just have a chat, and we'll go from there. So hopefully this video has been useful. And if you have any questions for me, go ahead and book in a call. We'll have a chat, or just leave a comment below.